Do you want to become the girl that everyone is in love with? Do you want to have your crush fall in love with you and have every single person addicted and obsessed with your energy? Then this video is going to be for you. Because in this video, I'm gonna be telling you guys 10 secrets to becoming the girl that everyone is in love with. Because you deserve to be that girl. Hi there, best friends, and welcome back to my sleepover. I'm so excited to be filming this video, and you probably noticed something's new. I put in these colorful hair extensions, and I also did a TikTok challenge where I did my makeup like whichever character the Wicked filter told me I was. So definitely check out that TikTok. But this is my Glinda makeup. Let me know how you like it. I've never had this much fun doing makeup in such a long time. But update of the day aside, today's video is going to be all about how to become the girl that everyone falls in love with and how to be the girl that effortlessly gets her crush to like her back. And just a side note, if you guys stay till the end, I will have a shout out of the week and it might be one of you guys. Okay, so this first tip might not be completely revolutionary, but this kind of like girl that everyone falls in love with aura is basically composed of multiple of these things. So definitely don't just take one thing alone from this video. If you want to succeed, you should take this and kind of combine it all together. But the first tip, we're gonna address something that no one will ever be in love with. Something that if you do this, I guarantee you, people are gonna be bored of you. People are not gonna want to interact with you. And this is usually the habit that's really easy to fall into, which is not having your own opinions. That's when someone asks you, what should we get for dinner? And you're like, oh, I don't know, whatever. You're planning a date and this person's like, oh, would you like to choose the location or do you have any preferences? And you're like, oh, I don't know, like anything will do, whatever you like. Whatever you like is usually something that is the opposite of magnetic energy. Magnetic energy is having your opinion. It doesn't have to be to the point where you get into fights with people who have the opposite opinion, but having your own opinion is going to make you so attractive to people because it's refreshing. It's refreshing to have someone actually bring a different point of view instead of just having an echo chamber of yourself, basically speaking to ChatGPT over here. And I know sometimes you might be scared to speak your opinion with someone because you feel like if you disagree with someone, they're not gonna like you. Yes, as people, we like people that we have things in common with, but at the same time, it shouldn't be to the point where you don't even have your own opinion because that's incredibly boring. But moving on to the second tip, which is more of a physical hack that I think every single girl that everyone is in love with has, which is make sure that you smell good. Have you ever heard someone talk about the person that everyone's in love with and be like, oh yeah, that person never smells good. That person stank the other day. Okay, that's a little bit extreme, but whenever you hear about those people that everyone's in love with, a lot of the times you hear that they smell amazing. They have this incredible perfume and you can really distinguish their scent, which is another thing that I've been preaching on this channel for such a long time. But getting a signature perfume can be really powerful because one, that makes you more memorable to people, and two, having your signature scent that's distinct can really add that it girl effect to you. It's actually proven that people are more likely to perceive something as beautiful when in the presence of a pleasant smell. And one thing that can make everything even better is making sure to perfume your hair. You don't have to go overboard because it's going to dry your hair out, but just getting a little bit of the perfume on top of your head and a little bit of the perfume on the back of your neck is going to be great because whenever you flip your hair, you shake your hair, it's going to spread that smell. But speaking of putting perfume in your hair, one thing that definitely distinguishes the girl everyone falls in love with from someone who cannot get anyone to like them back is the hair. Having your hair look good really levels up your look and gives you that it girl factor that you really need to be the girl that everyone falls in love with. And two things that you can do to achieve this is number one, make sure to have a good hair routine. Make sure to invest in a hair mask if you have curly hair or if you have dry hair. And also something that I've recently discovered for myself, heatless overnight curls, because they give you the perfect blowout type of look every single time. That's kind of like a Victoria's Secret model-esque, and it definitely creates that stepping stone to becoming the girl everyone's in love with. Now, thinking of the girls that everyone's in love with, what is something that can be noticeable in every single one of them? Like, for example, right here. they always look put together. They always look clean. They always look showered. They always look like they haven't neglected their hygiene. They have flossed their teeth. They have brushed their teeth. They've used their perfume and they put together a decent look. It doesn't have to be something extra or over the top. As long as it goes with your style and it's put together, then that's gonna work really well. Tip number 4 is something that can make someone so unattractive that you definitely need to avoid, which is something that a lot of people fall in, and I think I have fallen in at some points as well. But I just made myself a promise that I would never do this, which is if you're going on a date with someone or if you're hanging out with your crush, talking about your previous relationships. Trust me, the person that you're on a date with or your crush doesn't need to hear about your previous relationships, and it really kind of has the potential to ruin a lot of the good things that you have going for 2 reasons, which is 1, that person probably won't feel pleasant when you're talking about it, and number 2, which is more complex, is that the person hearing about you talking bad about your previous relationships will get the idea that if you guys were to be in a relationship and if you guys were to break up, you would say the same bad things about them. And usually when the person talks trash about their previous relationships, and it's a significant number of relationships, you get the idea that it's probably not the people that person has dated, it's them. And that's the person you kind of don't want to be around. But even that aside, it can create a negative comparison where the person might feel like you're trying to compare them to someone, and that just makes the other person feel bad, which might make them want to interact with you less. Number 5, the girl that everyone is in love with is educated. She has her interests that she looks into. She has her hobbies that she does. So don't be afraid to show if you have something going for you. If you don't have anything, how do you expect people to be interested in hanging out with you, and how do you expect people to fall in love with you? Like, fall in love with what? If you're the person who sits on their bed all day and just scrolls through their phone, just passively consuming content that is not beneficial or teaches them anything interesting, the person that can't really have an interesting conversation because they have nothing going on in their life, or the person that has nothing to talk about except for gossip because they don't really have their interests aside from other people's lives, or just being bitter about someone else, who's gonna fall in love with that? So if you're the person who has no interests, go join an after school activity, go join a club, start doing some kind of sport, start learning something that you're interested in instead of spending time scrolling mindlessly on social media and basically brain rotting. That is gonna make you an interesting person to have conversations with, and that's gonna make you magnetic to people because you actually can talk about something besides celebrity drama or gossip or how bored you are at school. And with that, one of the most important things that the girl that everyone is in love with has is that she is in love with herself. If you don't like yourself, how do you expect other people to like you? If you don't even like something, the girl that everyone's in love with has this kind of light from the inside. She's glowing, she's happy with herself and with her life. And the way you can achieve this, if you don't feel like that right now, is, for example, watching something that makes you feel really inspired. Watching something that lights you up in the morning. The first thing in the morning, what I usually do in my routine is I watch something inspiring on YouTube. I watch a video that either has some kind of lifestyle that I really want, a vlog of something that I would love to experience that just makes me feel so happy and excited from the inside, or I watch something that I really want to learn about, like something artsy or something about stories or books. Start the day with something that lights you up and try to find things in yourself that you like, and the things that you don't like, if you can change them, because when you're obsessed with yourself, that's when everyone else will get obsessed with you. The other ways that you can feel better about yourself and you can fall in love with yourself is, number 1, you can use this exercise of vision boarding yourself. You can make a vision board of your aesthetic, who you are, that is going to let you romanticize your personality and romanticize you as a person, and is going to kind of show you how cool you are. Or if you don't like anything about yourself, then definitely vision board the ideal version of yourself and start working towards that. This is gonna help you realize that you can be someone that everyone falls in love with, which is going to give you a different energy about yourself. It's going to let you show up differently to people in your life, to your crush, to the people that you want to fall in love with you, and those people are going to respond. But one thing that you really need to be aware of is not to compete with others, because that is going to absolutely kill your self-worth. If you guys are interested, I have a video on that is going to help you stop comparing yourself to other people. But basically, whenever you feel like you're thinking, but that girl's prettier, or that girl is smarter than me, she has better opportunities, you have to stop yourself. This is not a race against someone. You have to be content in yourself only. Someone else being pretty, someone else having good things in their life doesn't take away anything from your life. The only thing comparison will do is it's gonna kill your self-worth. And something else that this is gonna help you with is another tip, that when talking to people, be light, be positive. Try to focus on the things that are good and try to focus on the things that make you happy or excited. Don't be sitting there and complaining, because emotions are contagious and that's going to reflect off to the person that you're talking to. If you're talking to your crush and if you're complaining all the time, that person is just gonna feel so drained, and that person is just gonna feel all of that negative energy going towards them, and they won't want to interact with you the next time. Well, if you're light, if you're positive, if you bring people up, and if you bring this light, bubbly energy into conversations, now obviously there are some serious conversations, but for the most part, if talking to you lifts someone up, they're more likely to want to talk to you again, because people want to feel good. And sometimes if someone provides those good feelings, they're gonna want to interact with that person more. And before we get into the last and one of the most important tips, I'm gonna do the shout out of the week, which this time goes to this person whose username is hard to pronounce for me, but I see your comments all the time and they make me so happy. So thank you so much for being a part of this channel and commenting on the channel, and shout out to you as the internet best friend of the week. But going along with this and getting into the last tip, that is one of the most important things, being confident in yourself. Confidence is the most attractive trait, which if you guys want to know how to become confident in yourself, then definitely watch this video right here. And if you guys want to know how to become confident in your looks, then check out this video right here. And I love you guys so much, and thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in these two or the next one. Bye!